What if I told you there's a way to think that could help you spot the next Airbnb or Reddit before they become huge?
Well, it's not exactly mind reading, but Sam Altman has that kind of track record.
He really does. How to think like Sam Altman.
We're going to break down his essays, the things he said about startups, all the interviews where he just laid bare his philosophy, and we're going to distill it down into actionable stuff.
I like that.
That you can use, whether you're starting a company or you're working your way up the corporate ladder.
Love it.
Or you just want to make better decisions in life.
Yeah.
So first things first, Altman is obsessed with leverage.
Okay.
In fact, he calls it the 10x rule.
Okay, so 10x.
10x.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
I know it sounds like work 10 times harder.
Right.
No.
No.
It's not that at all.
Yeah.
It's about impact.
Right. Whatever you're trying to achieve, revenue user growth, making a difference in the world.
Right.
Aim to increase that thing by 10 times.
Wow. Okay.
With each project.
So you're not just talking incremental improvement. You're talking like an order of magnitude shift.
Order of magnitude.
But how do you even begin to think that big?
Well, it starts with identifying the right leverage points.
Okay.
And Altman talks a lot about, capital technology networks.
Yikes.
These are the things that can multiply your efforts.
So instead of just like grinding it out, putting in more hours, you're trying to find those levers.
The force multipliers.
The force multipliers that just create these huge results.
Exactly.
I love that.
And this applies to everything.
Right.
Even if you're not in tech. Let's say you're a teacher. You're trying to reach more students.
Right.
Could you create an online course?
Yeah.
Could you partner with some kind of organization to spread your message?
I mean, this is already making me rethink some of my own goals.
I'm realizing I think I'm playing it too safe.
That's a common trap.
Right.
And Altman warns us about this thing that we do. We seek validation from others.
Oh, yeah, we all do.
We chase after these consensus ideas.
Right, right.
But he says that leads to unoriginal work.
Because you're so worried about fitting in.
Fitting in.
You're not pushing boundaries.
You're following the herd instead of forging your own path.
So how do you do that? How do you break free from that?
You have to recognize that the best ideas are often the most fragile. They might seem ridiculous at first, even to the person who thought of them.
Oh, totally.
So how do we protect those what-if moments?
Right.
Altman says, create an environment where people feel safe, sharing even the craziest ideas, and protect them from being dismissed too early.
I mean, think about like his own work with AGI.
Yeah.
Back then, it was considered fringe.
Oh, absolutely.
And now it's like...
It's everything.
It's a forefront of the tech world.
It's like that's what happens when you embrace these seemingly impossible.
So, okay, you've got your 10x idea. You've got this environment where you're letting these crazy ideas flourish.
Yeah.
But even then, you need other people.
You do.
You need to bring people on board.
Absolutely. And this is where Altman's take on sales gets interesting.
Okay.
He says even the most technical careers eventually become sales jobs.
So is he saying we all need to be like slick salespeople?
Not exactly. It's more about being able to articulate your vision in a way that inspires people, whether it's investors, customers, potential employees.
He actually says you need to believe in what you're selling.
You do. You have to buy into your own product.
Authenticity is key.
It's crucial. If you don't believe in it, it's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah.
And frankly, a miserable experience for everyone involved.
So passion is like the key ingredient.
Absolutely. But it's not just raw enthusiasm.
Okay.
It's also about clear communication. You have to explain your idea in a way that resonates with the people you're talking to and highlight the benefits and address their concerns.
So it's like crafting a narrative.
It is. It's storytelling.
Right.
Persuasion, building trust.
Okay, so you've got your 10x idea.
Yeah.
You've got the sales part down.
Yep.
What's the next piece of this?
Well, great work is rarely done alone. Altman is a huge believer in the power of networks.
He's not talking about like going to those awkward networking events.
Yeah, no.
Where you're just like trading business cards.
Not at all. He's talking about building genuine relationships.
Okay.
Long-term relationships based on mutual helpfulness.
So like helping people.
Yeah.
Because you genuinely want to help them.
Exactly.
Not because
you're expecting something in return.
Right.
Altman says that most of his best career opportunities, even some of his best investments, came from helping people years before. He calls it planting seeds that might not bloom for years, but the impact can be huge when they do.
That's amazing. It's like paying it forward.
It's about building a community
Yeah.
of talented people who support each other,
Yeah.
share ideas, and create opportunities together.
I love that.
You know, it's kind of funny. We're talking about all this stuff, networks and building for the future.
Yeah.
But we haven't even mentioned the big thing yet.
AI.
AI. This is where Altman's thinking gets really interesting.
I mean, he's leading the charge at OpenAI.
He is.
ChatGPT, DALL-E. I mean, all these
just
products.
redefining what's possible.
Right.
And he doesn't sugarcoat it either.
No.
He says flat out AI is going to change the workforce.
Right.
Some jobs are going to be displaced.
So what happens to those people?
Right.
I mean, what happens to the people whose skills become obsolete?
Well, he talks about redistribution of wealth,
Okay.
things like universal basic income.
So UBI, for those who aren't familiar,
Right.
is this idea of give everyone a regular payment,
Yeah.
regardless of whether they have a job or not.
Exactly. It's a safety net
Okay.
as AI reshapes the economy.
So he sees it as a potential solution.
He does.
But
Oops.
he's not saying we should all just sit back
No.
and let the robots do everything.
Not at all.
Right.
He says we need to preserve
Yeah.
human agency and purpose.
So it's like AI can do all the tasks,
Yeah.
but we still need to drive the direction,
The goals.
Yeah.
The meaning.
the meaning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like AI can free us from all the boring stuff.
Right,
So we can focus on things that are more creative, fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, instead of spending hours doing data entry,
Yeah.
you could be writing that novel.
Yes.
You've always wanted to write.
Or designing that video game.
Exactly.
I mean, so it's like AI becomes
yeah.
a partner,
A collaborator.
a collaborator.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
And this kind of brings us to his vision for AGI,
Yes.
which is artificial general intelligence.
General purpose AI.
Yeah, and he sees it as not like this sudden shift,
No.
but more of like
A continuous curve.
a continuous curve.
An evolution. A
Yeah.
series of systems that get more and more capable.
So we're not talking about like
No.
one day the robots wake up and they take over.
No. It's gradual.
It's gradual.
And that's why he emphasizes iterative development,
Okay.
deploying AI in stages so society can adjust.
So it's like we're co-evolving
We are.
with AI.
Yeah.
We're learning to work together.
Exactly.
I mean, but what about the risks?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we've all seen those movies
The Terminator.
where the robots go crazy.
Well, Altman doesn't shy away from that.
No.
In fact, he's been really vocal about
Yeah.
the need for responsible development of AI.
He's actually compared it to
Nuclear weapons.
nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
That's a little scary.
It is. It highlights how important it is
Yeah.
to get this right.
Right.
He says no single country,
Uh-huh.
no single company should have a monopoly on AGI.
So he's really pushing for international cooperation.
Global governance.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not just about building the coolest tech.
No, it's about ethics.
It's about building it safely and ethically
Safety.
and making sure everybody benefits.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this potential intelligence explosion.
We do.
We've got all these powerful companies.
Vying for control.
Yeah, and we've got Sam Altman saying, hey, we need to work together.
We do.
Where does that leave me?
Right.
What can I do
That's a great question.
to prepare for this future?
This is where Altman's advice about networks and skills
Yeah.
becomes really crucial.
Okay.
Lifelong learning and adaptability.
So it's not about waiting for the AI revolution to happen,
Yeah.
but it's about like actively preparing.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
He talks about the scarcity mindset versus the abundance mindset.
What does that even mean?
Scarcity is this idea that there's only so much to go around.
Right.
Abundance is believing there's opportunity everywhere and that collaboration and creating value are key.
So which one does he think
Yeah.
is better?
Abundance all the way.
Okay.
Because when you believe in growth and innovation,
Uh-huh.
you're more likely to embrace new technology
Right.
and contribute to a future where everyone benefits.
So instead of being scared of AI,
Yeah.
we should see it as like a tool
A tool
that can help us
unlock human potential.
but unlock human potential. That's a good way to
Wait,
put it.
it's not going to be easy.
Right.
We have to change our thinking.
We have to be open to new
These
ways
are paradigms.
of working and living.
Yeah. And that's where being internally driven comes in.
Okay.
We need to know our own values.
Our goals, our purpose.
So we're not just swept away by the tide.
All this change.
Exactly. It's about being intentional.
Yeah.
About how we engage with AI.
And how we shape the future.
The future we want to create.
You know, it's wild to me how Altman can be like this total tech visionary,
Yeah.
but also so focused on the human side of things.
I think for him, they go hand in hand. Like, technology can actually enhance our humanity.
There's that abundance mindset again.
Right.
But what does that actually look like?
Well, it's about focusing on the things that AI can't do.
Yeah.
Creativity, empathy, compassion.
Right.
Connection.
He's talked about the difference between doing a job versus doing a task.
Exactly. AI might be able to automate certain tasks.
Right.
But it can't replace the human element of a job.
Right. All those things that require
judgment, decision-making.
Social skills.
Remember that truck driver example?
Oh, yeah.
Self-driving trucks might be able to do the long hauls. But what about navigating a traffic jam?
Right.
Or dealing with a difficult delivery?
Or making a judgment call in a tricky situation.
Exactly. Those are uniquely human skills.
Totally.
So AI does the routine stuff.
Yeah.
And humans come in.
For the messy stuff.
For the messy stuff. Yeah. That needs a human touch.
Okay, I like that. And there's that other distinction he makes.
Oh, yeah.
Between optimization and meaning.
Right.
AI is great at optimizing for a specific goal.
Super efficient.
But it doesn't understand the why.
The context.
Yeah, the human values behind it.
It's like AI can figure out the fastest way to deliver a package.
Right.
But it doesn't get why that package is important.
Yeah, like if it's a birthday present.
Right, or a life-saving medication.
It's a whole emotional layer.
That AI just misses.
Yeah, it's like AI is colorblind to the human experience.
Ooh, I learned.
He sees the shapes, but not the colors.
That's a great way to put it.
So how do we bridge that gap then?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think Altman would say it's on us.
On us, okay.
We have to be mindful about how we design AI.
Right.
And make sure human values are built in from the start.
It's funny because he talks about AI creating this world of abundance.
Yeah.
Where we have everything we need.
Right.
And we can pursue our passions. But he also warns that we could end up in a world where we've optimize all the meaning out.
The things that truly matter.
Yeah, and that's where his call for global cooperation is so important.
It is.
If we're going to make this work, we have to work together.
As a species.
Not as competing countries or companies.
We're all in this together.
He even said that we're probably the last generation of purely biological humans.
Wow.
I know that's a lot to process.
It is.
But what does that mean for us?
Right.
What does it mean for how we see ourselves?
Our place in the universe.
How do we hold on to our humanity?
Big questions.
As we integrate with technology.
Yeah.
Well, I think the big takeaway from this deep dive into Sam Altman's brain is that the future is not something that just happens to us.
We're creating it.
We're creating it.
Right now.
With the choices we make.
Every day.
The networks we build, the values we prioritize.
It all adds up.
It really does.
So the question is, what kind of future are we going to create?
Will it be one where technology makes us more human?
Or less?
Will it be one where everyone benefits?
Or just a select few?
These are the questions we need to be asking.
And I think Altman's thinking gives us a way to start answering them.
It's not about copying him exactly.
No.
But about embracing his mindset.
Curiosity, ambition, and a commitment to building a better future.
I want you to think about what your contribution will be.
What impossible dream will you pursue?
What kind of future will you help create?
Because it's up to all of us.
It really is.